Strong and content, I traveled the open road. The earth, that is sufficient. I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. Still here I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them, and I will fill them in return. You, road I enter upon and look around. I believe you are not all that is here. I believe that much unseen is also here. Here the profound lesson of reception, nor preference nor denial. The felon, the diseased, the illiterate person not denied. The birth, the hasting after the physician. The beggar's tramp, the drunkard's stagger. The laughing party of mechanics. The escaped youth, the rich person's carriage. The fop, the eloping couple. The early market man, the hearse. The moving of furniture into the town. The return back from the town. They pass. I also pass. Anything passes. None can be interdicted. None but are accepted. None but shall be dear to me. Oh, you air that serves me with breath to speak. You objects that calm from diffusion my meanings and give them shape. You light that wraps me and all things in delicate, equable showers. You paths worn in the irregular hollows by the roadsides. I believe you are laden with unseen existences. You are so dear to me. You flagged walks of the cities. You strong curbs at the edges. You ferries, you planks, you posts of wharves. You timber-lined sides, you distant ships. You rows of houses. You windowed pierced facades, you roofs. You porches and entrances. Copings and iron guards. You windows whose transparent shells might expose so much. You doors and extending steps. You arches. You gray stones of interminable pavements. You trodden crossings. From all that has touched you, I believe you have imparted to yourselves, and now would impart the same secretly to me. From the living and the dead, you have peopled your impassive surfaces, and the spirits thereof would be evident to me, and amicable with me. The earth expanding, right hand, reality and immortality of things, and the excellence of things. Something there is in the float of the sight of things that provokes it out of the soul. Now I re-examine philosophies and religions. They may prove well in lecture rooms, yet not prove at all under the spacious clouds along the landscape and the flowing currents. Here is realization. Here is a man tallied. He realizes here what he has in him: the past, the future, majesty, love. If they are vacant of you, you are vacant of them. Only the kernel of every object nourishes. Where is he who tears off the husks for you and me? Where is he that undergoes stratagems and envelopes for you and me? Here is adhesiveness. It is not previously fashioned, it is apropos.